Well, I came upon a spot that was simply the most beautiful spot I'd ever seen in my life. The most beautiful spot. And I said at that time, if I ever had the power, I would build a house there. I always wanted a house in the mountains when I was a kid. I wanted a house in the mountains when I get the chance to build a house in the mountains. And then it came and I did, and I built it on the spot that to me was, as I said, the most beautiful spot I'd ever seen. As I said, the most beautiful spot I'd ever seen.
Isaiah 62. Isaiah 62. Will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem my peace I will not rest until the righteousness thereof go forth until righteousness thereof, and salvation thereof is a lamp that burneth, and Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah, but the Lord thy land Beulah, and thy land shall be married. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy marry a virgin. And as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee.
Simply the most beautiful spot I've ever seen in my life.
So at the right hand of the Lord there are pleasures forevermore. We can look at the earth today. We can look at there are still, even though this devil is destroyed the earth, even though this devil is destroyed the air, polluted the waters, polluted the food and the people and everything, and the earth itself, there are still places on earth that are so breathtaking and so beautiful, even though it's still tainted, but it is so beautiful to look at. Even though it's still tainted, but it is so beautiful to look at. Can probably be in there, take off, can probably bring you back 5 to 10 years, make it 5 to 10 years younger, 15, 20 years, make it 5 to 10 years younger, by the 20 years younger presence, just aura by the place, presence. So just imagine how much greater the kingdom is going to be. How much when the Most High has the kingdom on his right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. On his right hand, there are pleasures, forevermore. Imagine how much greater. Imagine how much more beautiful, much greater the kingdom of heaven is going to be once it's established. The kingdom of heaven is going to be, once it's established. And these are things, and these have to keep in mind, because this is what we're fighting for. This is what we're.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52. Salaki, 1 second. Let me make sure. Because I know sometimes this thing plays some games. Okay, now we good. I know sometimes this. I'm going to go to Isaiah 52, verse 1. It says, Awake, awake, and put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the clean. Right? This is the time where we're supposed to be waking up, especially in the time we're in now. We're in the time of a prophecy. We're in the time of the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the teachers. Right? This is not about being a celebrity, having mad money. This is not that time. This is the time of the prophets right now. Because the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. Now, this could be, a basic lesson, especially when you're reading throughout the week, especially as the men, you can get lessons out of nowhere, and me reading Romans 11 chapter again and again, just came across these verses that me and my brothers bring out, and it just hit me. Like, we have to really know it's the Lord that allow us to wake up. And it's the Lord that put a deep sleep on us where we don't know what the hell is going on, right? So I'm going to just read 2 verses that I had lined up for this lesson to start it off. Romans chapter 11, verse 7, but the point is verse 8. It says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. Right? The Lord had made you go into a deep sleep. This is why a lot of us are not going to understand each video. Each video that you come across, you're not going to even care about it. You know, you could post this on your social media. It doesn't matter how many subscribers of people on your page. Only the ones that's pursuing that crown, only the elect are trying to hear the word as much as they can, because outside of this ministry is a distraction. Outside of this ministry is a waste of time. The number one thing of this ministry is providing for your family and providing for yourself, you know, paying your bills. You know, in some other cases, you're still going to have fun. You're going to do certain things. It might come that you might do some spontaneous for your lady or your ladies, right? Or your kids. But majority of the men of the Lord is putting their time on, you know, the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, being the example, shining the light, right? I can't force nobody to be in this truth. You can't force nobody in the truth, because the Lord put them to sleep. You know, the Lord put them to sleep. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians real quick. The precepts is coming to mind. So we just want to let the spirit flow. Again, Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect. And if it's not, it wasn't for you. Right? So 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 is what we want. And we're going to start at verse 10. Verse 10 to 12. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. A lot of people are not going to love this truth, you know. And it could be some that's saying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and they might be stagnant when it comes to, you know, watching videos that, oh man, I don't know that breakdown. No, bro, I'm not really good with the precepts, but they want to teach. I was one of them brothers that wanted to teach, and I would just bring out the same precepts, but wasn't reading, making myself sound good. You know, that's another example that the Lord is allowing you to not level, to grow. You have to grow in this thing. If you believe in this truth, if you believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, you have to grow, starting with the men. Even you women, you should be growing. You should not be a naggy wife, let alone you shouldn't be lazy. You shouldn't just be a woman that just want to lay in the bed and cuddle and get thrust through. No, you should be, let alone if you have kids. That's an example for you to keep being busy, regardless if you're working or if you're not, to be busy, to keep your mind from wandering from other things. Oh, I don't have this and have that. We need to live a simple life, as simple as we can. We have to prepare that worse is about to happen, because we believe, we love this truth, that we're ready for a video. We're ready for a prayer. You know, when a brother say, hey, what lesson you want to go through? Hey, what you been reading? You're ready to be asked a question. You're ready to feed your children this word, because you love this truth. The opposite of loving this truth is not to love it. You didn't receive the love of this truth. Verse 11, it says, for this cause God shall send them strong delusions that they shall believe a lie. The more you put in time to do whatever you want, you ain't putting the time of your first love, which is this truth, right? Your mind is going to wander, and you're gonna start having strong delusions. You're going to start to believe a lie, then being tossed to and fro. You know, this truth is your shield. You know, verse 12, it says, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, right? So if you don't believe in the truth, you're going to be damned. Literally, you're going to be destroyed. You know, what's the point of having something right in front of you that can give you the kingdom, that can give you salvation? Some of us just think salvation is just going to get slapped right on your lap. It's nothing outside of this thing that's more important. You know, all day I can be wasting my time doing whatever I want. But out that day, did I pray? Did I seek the Lord's face? right? Am I meditating on anything? Wait, did anything I read the day before, the other day before, is it on my mind? You know, this is how the Lord is watching us on his throne, man, and the Son, man. They're watching us to see who's being persistent, right? Let's go to something in the gospel real quick. Let's go to St. John, the 12th chapter. So St. John chapter 12, we're going to read from 37 to 40. It says, but thou, he that had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him, and that the saying of Isaiah, the prophet, might be fulfilled. Alicia is going into Isaiah. It says, which he spake, Lord, who have believed our report? That's Isaiah 53 verse 1. And to whom have the arm of the Lord been revealed? The ones that are weaned from the milk, right? Isaiah 28 and 9, right? So who believed, who was the arm revealed to? The elect, the true believers, right? Who's going to believe the report of Isaiah and each prophet? Who's going to believe the report of me and the brothers and the men of the Lord going to great millstone and anybody else in the same song, right? When we bring forth these prophecies, these parables, who's going to believe that report? The ones that love this truth, the ones that's knocking at the door of Yahushua wanting to learn. Those are the ones that's going to believe the report. We can't make nobody believe in anything. Only thing we could do is plant the seed and water. It's Yahweh Shema Shai that makes it grow. You grow in the faith because it's the Lord, man. Right? Verse 39, it says, therefore, they could not believe because that Isaiah said again, he had blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, that they should not see with their eyes nor understand with their hearts and be converted, and I should heal them, right? It's the Lord that's hardening our hearts, man. Harden your mind, where like when somebody trying to feed you something, you can't receive it because your heart been hardened. You might have some that's looking like they listening, but it's going in one ear and out the other. You know, you don't want to be Stevie Wonder. You know how some people say Stevie Wonder can't see. We have to be people that actually can see. You know, and naturally in the world, a lot of us don't got 20/20 vision. But what's your spirit like? See, in the flesh, you got what, 13/20 vision, 14/20 vision, but in the spirit, you got 20/20 vision. You got better eyes than than a damn eagle. You know, but it's the Lord that give you that sight. If it's taken away, it's Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. You know, it's great to fall in the hands of the Lord, but it's even more terrible to fall in the hands of the Lord. Looking for a cross reference for he hardened their hearts. You know, it's a couple of them, right? You got this one with Pharaoh, Exodus 4:21, and the Lord Yahweh said to Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thy hand, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. That just shows that the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so he wouldn't let the children of Israel go. The Lord is hardening Esau's heart. This is why fluoride, there's more fluoride coming in your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink. Your skin might grow bumps or have some type of defect because of this water, right? The education that's going on, the money flow is all because Esau's heart is hardened. When he pushed forth that MOTB is because the Lord has hardened his heart. The way that they're allowing women just to walk around these streets, they're hardening their hearts. How can these people say that they're the Jews? And to be a Jew, it shouldn't be no whore in the daughters of Zion. But guess what? Even if there's no whore in their nation, they're supposed to put order in the whole earth, right? When we go to Zechariah, the 14th chapter, verse 16 and 19, when the true children of Israel get the kingdom, any wickedness, you're going to be punished for it. So if they say in their kingdom, we are the people, they should be punishing the people, that's the women that's dressing half naked, the LGBT community. Because they're not the people, they're not even out in the highways and byways rebuking y'all, man. Right? So even more, Exodus 7:3, it says, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply the signs of my wonders in the land of Egypt. The Lord is going to harden the new Pharaoh, which is Esau. He's going to harden his heart, and he's going to do worse things. This is why we want to wake up to this music. We want to wake up to this song, because the Lord have given us a chance to hear that banner, right? What is that banner? The banner is the truth. You know, let me actually get that. Like, now you can definitely do your searching, seeing other verses of, you know, a hardened heart. Like Romans 9:18, therefore have he have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will. He hardened the ones that are blind, the ones that are not lovers of the truth. The 2/3, their heart is hardened. This is why they can't get it. You want Auntie Chamaimai, you want your best celebrity to get it. Oh, I message them every day, they're gonna come. No, it's the Lord that increase. That's why we got to start putting more power in the name of the Lord, more power in who Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is. You know, a lot of us want to do it our own selves. It's really the Lord, man. You just seen it in those few verses that we brought out. I'm about to get this classic Romans 13:11. You know, this is a warning, right? A warning. It says, in knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe, right? It is time for you niggas to wake the hell up, because our salvation is nearer than we believe. But for the ones that is waking up, this is an alarm to us. Now that we woke up, it's no time for you to slip back, right? You being distracted. Oh, you got your mind on every baddies TV show, every football game, basketball game. But how many lessons did you watch that you can have understanding on? This is not about me being better than anybody, for you to teach or for you to know who you are. Like, just saying you a Hebrew Israelite, that's not the end all be all. You got to know the oaths, got to know the laws, got to know the covenants. And then you got to understand what's a parable, an earthly story, a heavenly matter. You want to know what a tear is. So you're not considered a tear. You want to know what is the word that's tossed to the wayside, right? You want to know who the elect is, right? You want to understand what's the order going to be when Yahushua get back. You want to know what's going to happen to the other nations, right? Waking up is not just only being an Israelite. Waking up is to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Did he not say in Isaiah 52, awake, awake, and put on that glorious, that beautiful garment, right? That's Matthew 22. What is that garment? You know, the garment is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. I think I'm going to just go straight to the point. I don't know if this is in verse 10. I'm going to start at 10. It says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, which this is what the men of the Lord is doing mostly. I'm going to say daily, because there's a lot of brothers doing it every day, every other day, or on the weekend, let alone doing these sit-down videos, right? But the highways is going out being a public show, right? A spectacle. And gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, right? Whoever cleaves, because you can have somebody that's bad and they might actually cleave to it, but they might not fully apply it. The Lord is going to divide the righteous from the unrighteous, right? It says the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on the wedding garment. That wedding garment is that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Which, starting with the men of the Lord, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding flow through them like water. Let me see if I can get it. Second Esdras, the 14th chapter. Instead of reading the whole clip, I think I'm going to just go down to where the point is actually at, around verse 48. Yeah, I'm gonna start at 45. It says, and it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, published openly, that the worthy and the unworthy may read it. See, even the unworthy, right? The unrighteous can read this word too. But it says, keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people, right? And the wise are the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, right? And even you women that's growing in this faith, you are considered wise. But this ministry is towards the wise men so that they can give you the understanding, right? Because those are the ones that are among the people, right? That believe. It says, for in them is the spring of understanding, the fountains of wisdom, in the stream of knowledge. That's why in St. John 7:39 or 38, the Lord said is what's going to flow out of you is that ever living water. You know, that's going to flow out your belly. Why you think a man has the push to do a lesson is because there's a fire within him. That's Psalms 104 verse 4. You know, Jeremiah 20:9. He wanted to shut his mouth, but every time he thought of the Lord, it just would make him want to go teach, make him want to go bring out this word. Actually, let's get that, right? Because you must be on fire for this. If you sleep, you can't be on fire. In real reality, the Lord is the God of the living. So if you sleep and you're in a dead lowest state where you don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the neck up, you're dead. So the Lord not dealing with you, man. Right? Yahweh Shem Shai is the God of the living. To really live is to live in Yahweh Shem Shai. Plain and simple. Right? Lord willing, you can get that. This is Jeremiah 20:9. It says, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more of his name, talking about Yahweh Shem Shai, but his word was in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones. I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Just imagine if you have a reading schedule, right? And then sometimes you read before your schedule. A lion might come on, and you be like, at this time I read. You might read even more. That's a fire within you, right? If you praying 3-4 times a day, naturally something happens, something good happens, nothing really didn't happen, and you praying to the Lord, that's a fire within you. You watching this lesson, you watch that lesson. Hey, what if you watch an old lesson and you all up into it like this your first time watching it, and you thinking of other precepts that's coming to your mind and might make you do a lesson? That's a fire within you, brother or sister, I can give you another one just to show you that this fire is real. We got Job chapter 32, verse 18. It says, for I am full of matter. The spirit within me constraineth me. Behold, my belly is as wine, which have no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles, right? Come on, man. And that wine goes into philosophy. It goes into doctrine, right? It says, I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. And this is why the man of the Lord is always studying to answer or teach this word to ones that want to learn, the ones that's seeking wisdom, right? Right now, it could be a brother and sister out somewhere that's like, man, I need this lesson for this. Hey, no, man, what does deep sleep mean? Wait, hey, what is this prophecy going into? And out of nowhere, the Lord would draw you or a different brother to do that lesson. You do the lesson, and somehow they might not catch you when you live. They might not catch you as soon as you drop, but they get on YouTube at like, say, 10:15 p.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning right before they go to work. And they go on YouTube. The first notification or the third notification on their YouTube is this video. And right there and then, they just got their prayers or their thought answered because the Lord knows in their heart that they're faithful, that they want this. 1 Timothy 1:12, right? We can get another one. This is Psalms 39:3. It says, my heart was hot within me. While I was amusing, the fire burned. Then spake I with my tongue. Right? Why is you teaching all the time, brother? Why are you always ready to give book, chapter, verse? It's because it's a fire within you, It's a fire within, the ministers of this word. Now, I'm trying to multitask because I don't want to remove from showing you that fire, right? So let's go to Psalms 104 because we quoted it earlier. Let's go look for Psalms. Psalms 104. In verse 4, it says, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flame of fire, right? A minister is a servant of servants, right? When you look at Rehoboam, Rehoboam was supposed to be a king, but a minister, a servant to the other subjects, or, you know, the rest of Israel. But he chose to listen to the counsel of the young men. So he's not called to be a minister. This is why the kingdom was taken from him, and so on and so on. The Pharisees, they wasn't real ministers. They was too worried about their pockets, and they truly said, our king is Caesar. And if Caesar was making a decree, you better say, I'm your God, they would have said that too. A true minister is a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and they're looking at the state of their flock. You know, the flock is the nation. The flock is Yahweh Shem Yahushai's men and the women and children. You know, it starts with the men. Right? Let's get this one, Ezekiel 3:14. For the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness, in the heat of my spirit, but the hand of the Lord Yahweh was strong upon me. Right? And you want the Lord to be strong upon you, where you're hot and you're on fire for the Lord. Now, some of us might overlook, oh, brother, you on fire, right? I'm not necessarily saying I'm on fire. Right, humbly want to speak humbly, but you want Yahweh Shem Shai to be within you, right? And a lot of us need to have a circumcised heart to be able to receive what's getting brought out. It doesn't matter if it's deep, it doesn't matter if it's small, right? You have to have a circumcised heart. You have to have a willing heart to receive the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord, right? And even more, if you agree with what somebody is bringing out, oh yeah, that makes sense. That is true. You should continue to watch. You should continue to knock at the door, right? You can go on brothers' YouTube pages and see the lessons that brothers is doing, and go watch those. Fill yourself up, right? Especially you brothers, right? You young men that's grown up to be men. Doesn't matter if you 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, however you is, if you can comprehend, this should be the best entertainment you can get, right? Because the teachers, they're out here to try to prepare you for the coming of Yahushua, prepare you for your kingdom. Ain't you tired of this place? You know, we ain't gonna get it unless we humbly return to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Deuteronomy 10:16, circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. This is not talking about the heart that's pumping blood throughout your body. This is talking about the heart of your mind. You have to cut the foreskin, like what we do for our sons, off of his Oscar. His Oscar, you cut the foreskin, the turtleneck. You have to cut the turtleneck of your mind. You know, Romans chapter 7 let us know that being in this flesh is what's making us go off. But every day you are fighting a battle, even if you don't see it, my brother. It's not the drug dealers, man. It's not these damn whores that don't want to talk to you, man. It's what he said in Ephesians 6. We wrestle not against blood and flesh, but against principalities and high places. This is every day, man. Especially if you're in this veiled body. This veiled body, you're in a battle, right? I'm gonna come back to that circumcised in the heart, but I'm gonna go to Philippians, right? You can go to Philippians chapter 3 and verse 21 just to show you we need this veiled body to be changed, man. You know, we need this veiled body to change. And anybody that want the kingdom, they're going to make their call and election sure, man. People be like, man, y'all always talk about lessons. You always talk about the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, brother. What else? This is what was going to make us live, man. The whole volume of the book. You niggas is not ready for Jacob's trouble, man. This is why you got to hear the same lessons over and over again, because you niggas is not ready. Is you ready to see 10,000 people die to the right-hand side of you? Is you ready to see your neighbor eat their damn kids? Is you ready for people to try to break into your house? Is you ready for the military to break in your house and tear up your house and try to take your possessions, your wife and your kids? Is you ready to not eat for 2 damn days? You know, what about your kids? Is they ready to not be able to use their mother sucking phone or charge it? Where is your mind at, man? You know, you got to prepare yourself because this flesh will make your ass comfortable. This Philippians 3:21, it says, who shall change our veiled body, that it may be fashioned like unto this glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. Right? Who shall change your veiled body? That's going to be Hamashiach Yahushai when he comes with the heavenly angels, right, in the vehicles of the Lord, the chariots, and you're going to get beamed up. And right where you, before you even get in that chariot, this mortal body is going to die off. It's just going to get removed, and you're going to get your glorified body, man. You're going to be new, man. New. And we're going to be fashioned like unto his glory, man. The ones that sleep, they don't give a damn about this, man. They don't give a damn about a glorious body, man. They think money on a damn face, blue Benjamins, is my glorified moment. People thinking about 6 figures, all about to own a house. You own a house, you still paying taxes on the land. Real money is when you own land and you got workers living on that land. Real power or real glory is when you're ruling a city under your rules and regulations. Niggas don't got that. I don't care if you're a millionaire, man. You got to go to the higher ups and ask for these things, man. You got to have credit. In the kingdom, ain't no such thing as no damn credit. We think low level. When you sleep, you think low level. Yo, at my job, I make $30 an hour. That's cool. I'm happy for you, you know? But with that $30, with your time off, what do you do? Like, what's your hobbies? Like, what do you really want? Most people, man, I want a Lamborghini. I want to travel the world. But everybody that got a dream or a goal, none of them say, I want to get to the kingdom. Every man that's hollering at every girl, yo, man, I want to take you to a place you've never been. I want to treat you better than. But none of those men saying, I want to lead you to the kingdom. Most of these women, oh, I'm gonna do him. None of these. I want to walk and endure with him until the kingdom. I want to walk with them all the way through Jacob's trouble, the MOTB. That right there would be the most romantic thing a woman gonna ever tell me. But people that sleep only think in this level, this kingdom, man. They only think a Honda Accord level. You know, niggas is only thinking about Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, man. That's how far their mind go. Have your mind ever went, I wanna be able to walk in the jungle and a lion come up and run up to me and give me a hug without you thinking it's gonna bite your damn head off. But we gotta go to the zoo and see animals in a prison. Niggas is asleep. Your mind is not past this level. In this side, we can't even enjoy. You gotta be rich to enjoy your kids on this side. But literally, you can't really enjoy your kids, right? Because even if you rich, you doing all this, it takes a lot of your time. But you can't really enjoy your kids to the best of your ability, especially when you're not teaching them where they come from, who their power is. We growing our kids how to be in this society. But you got to teach your kids how to endure in this society, following Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's different. Oh, I'm about to, it's about maintaining in this thing, but you put Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the forefront of your life. You should be pursuing this glorified body, man. You should be pursuing to be removed from this estate, man. This estate is a darkness, man. So I'm about to get another precept, if I may. I said we was gonna go back to being on fire, but I guess the Lord will have you go into other places. But that's totally fine. Let's go to Romans chapter 2, which a lot of people try to get incorrectly, but how I'm going to explain it. Really, the scripture explained for itself, but I don't see where people change it. They get it in another way, but this is what it says. This is Romans chapter 2, verse 29. It says, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is one of the heart. We already read it in Deuteronomy 10 and 16. in the spirit and not in the letter, which is in the law, whose praises is not of men, but of God. Right? So a man is a Jew inwardly. This doesn't mean that any nation can be a Jew. They can convert to our ways. A Jew by nationality is a Jew by blood. But to fully be an Israelite is to walk like an Israelite. Just like somebody saying Yahweh Shem Shai, but they really don't believe. You know what I'm saying? That's not a real Israelite. It is an Israelite by blood, but it's not an Israelite in the spirit. What did Yahweh Shai say in Mark 3:35? Whoever do the will of my Father is my brother, mother, and sister. If you move in the spirit, you naturally are going to do the things that's pleasing to the Lord. You live by the leather so much, you want to gain your own salvation. Oh, I do the law. You want to feel so empowered by that, but you should be letting the Lord move you, because the Lord dwells within you, not your outward person. He dwells within you, right? That's St. John, the 15th chapter. If we abide in the Lord by his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, he's going to abide in us. Man's going is of the Lord. Proverbs 20:24. Proverbs 16:9. A man heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord direct his steps. You understand? So a Jew inwardly is somebody that's following the ways of the Lord in his in parts. In his in parts. That's why when you see circumcision, it's a physical circumcision. When you circumcise a boy the 8th day, but how can women get circumcised? Circumcision in the flesh is for men, but how can women circumcise their foreskin? You know, how do they circumcise? They have to circumcise the inward part. If she's a whore or a Jezebel or a harlot, how can she circumcise herself to not be a harlot? Be of a virtuous woman. You know, Mary Magdalene was an adulterous whore, but she changed her ways. Right now, a lot of our women are defiled. They can change their ways to being a virtuous woman, pursuing to be virtuous, pursuing to be a Proverbs 31. She's going to be saved. A lot of people think all virgins is going to get saved. It's going to be some women that laid with 6 or 10 men, but they changed their ways inwardly, right? When you say I'm cleaning my house, do you clean the outside first or the inside? You clean the inside. When you have your car and you about to go clean it, yes, you might clean the outside, but most case, a lot of us, we clean the inside first. When you wash a bowl, do you wash the outside first or the inside? Mostly you're washing the inside because that's where your drink is going. In a plate or a bowl, the food is on the inside. Then you wash the outside. So a Jew inwardly is somebody that's cleaning the inside, converting the inside so it can shine on the outside. Lord willing, that makes sense to you, right? Because when you go to verse 28, for he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, because a circumcision is an outwardly thing when you look at it in the flesh, which is outwardly in the flesh. Everything leads us to Yahushua. St. John 5:39. Everything leads us to Yahushua. So when we were circumcising in the time of Abraham, that was supposed to give you, point you to Yahushua. So when he talked about circumcision of the heart, you understood the same thing you did with your son when he was 8 years old is what you're supposed to do in the inward man, right? If I'm a weed smoker or a drug dealer, I have to circumcise those ways instead of tearing my people down, trying to get them high off of freaking rolling up a blunt where they fall asleep even more. I'm going to change my ways and I'm about to go get a job that's more beneficial. You know, I'm not about to be clumsy. You know, I'm going to change my ways. Let alone another way of changing is thinking of the Lord. Because guess what? You could stop selling weed and you ain't even thinking of the Lord. It's so many things we have to change because that goes back to Philippians 3:21. We're in a veiled body. You got people, oh, I never drunk, I never smoked any weed, I got straight A's in school. Do you think those people are more in a stable understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai than somebody that's not smoking weed, drinking, or doing all? I mean, they probably drinking because of these feast days, we drinking wine. But is they more stable than somebody that's laying themselves down for the Lord? Getting the understanding, knowing they Israelites, knowing there's more to it, knowing Yahweh Shai only died for the Black, Latinos, and natives, right? That person is more in the hands of the Lord than somebody that's just getting straight A's. I got my bachelor's. I make 6 figures a day. I make 6 figures a year. I make $1 million a month. And I never smoke or drink. I never went to a party. Okay, I'm happy for you, brother. But in the inward, you don't have Yahweh Shem Shai abiding in you. You're nothing, right? And let's get that. Let me get that for y'all, man. You see how I showed the example of regardless if you get 6 figures, if you get a college degree, a lot of people don't understand. If you go look up, I think it's Cambridge College, when you go look up the history of certain colleges, the college was to be a college for Bible understanding. Most colleges were supposed to give a Bible understanding, but then eventually they start doing that Mason, Alpha, Becca type thing in a damn school, and education changed. That's why a lot of these college like Princeton, Harvard, they were supposed to be one of those high schools that give you a deep understanding of the Bible. You go to Harvard, it changed. Theodore Roosevelt said a deep understanding of the Bible is better than a college degree. A lot of us pick everything else to have a better life, right? Or think that we're about to pursue a better life, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9. In verse 6, it says, wait, is this Wisdom of, no, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 and verse 6. This is what it says. It says, for though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. So it doesn't matter if you making money like Kevin Hart. They saying he got over between 250 to 400 million dollars. And this man don't even talk. He makes little jokes and try to play around with God or whatever the heck he do. You think just because he might be a good citizen that he's in the good graces of the Lord? He don't even know where he come from. He don't even know why he here. He's not even edified. No. He's just a man that's friends with the world. And we understand what the scriptures say. Anybody that's friends with the world is enemies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? So wisdom, with the wisdom of the Lord, it makes you somebody. Without the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, it's saying right there, you read it for yourself. If you have the wisdom of the Lord, you are somebody. You somebody in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let's go to verse 10. What does the wisdom of the Lord do to the dumb? Wisdom of Solomon chapter, wait, why it didn't give me 10? Salaki family. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10. Let's see what wisdom does to somebody that's dumb. You know, because I don't come in this thing thinking I know everything, right? In order for me to know anything, I've got to get the counsel of the Lord. And if I don't understand it, I'm confident and proud to say, you know, I go to brothers that can sharpen me in the sword that the Lord is dealing with, you know, because I'm a servant and I'm a student in this thing too, right? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, verse 21, for wisdom opened the mouth of the dumb and made the tongue of them that cannot speak eloquent, right? Shoot, your kids might start speaking to the Lord, right? Your daughter might be 2, 3, 4, 5, however, and she might say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's the Lord touching that baby, man, right? Let alone you as a grown-up and you're able to read, you're able to flip through this. A lot of us got straight A's in school, but when it comes to the Bible, you didn't know nothing. Then the way that you speak and people be saying, man, you got mad wisdom, you're eloquent. And guess what? Really, they're just saying that because you're bringing out the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. These are divine words. The ones that sleep do not care about this, man. Some people will hear the word and they'll fall asleep. And then they wake up and they knew they fell asleep. Go see if they ever asked you, hey, what did I miss? What was the precepts that came out? The Rakak Wadash is not in them. It's sometimes I watch a video for 20 minutes. I might get tired. I might get caught up doing something. I pause it. And if I know I ain't gonna go back to that video, I save it in my watch later videos, you know, because I got to make my call and election short. You know, I have to be persistent as much as I can. You know, you have to feed your belly with this food, right? Because this is food. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 4. It says, swallow down on my soul understanding and devour wisdom. You have to devour it. You know, when you eating some delicious chicken wings, somebody devouring a chicken off of just one bite, you know, you have to devour the food, right? So let's get another one if we can. Let's go back. Let's go to this one right here, because this goes into, this is for our future right here. Now that the Lord have awoken us up out that dead estate, and we're standing on our feet because he put the breath of life in us, Revelation 11:11, you know, being thankful when you, like London always say, when a girl say, I'm sorry, he be like, man, sorry is not just only a word, it comes with action, right? For us to repent, we got to be sorry. Yeah, we saying it with words, but you show that you're sorry by your actions. You know, to be circumcised or to be converted in the heart is that you change your ways, knowing that you in the flesh, you're always trying to change, right? So Deuteronomy 30:6, it says, the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thy heart in the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Now, this is about the grown-ups, right? Your children is Israelites too, but it's about you grown-ups that can actually read these chapters. It's about you grown-ups where a mother is an actual wife. The father is an actual husband and a father. This is what this is really about. But for the kids that's under you, and you know, the more that you grow in this thing and you change your heart, your kids is going to have a change heart because they was here in their past life too. Now, just imagine if your kids was 18 or 20 and they want to move out the house. You get to see if they're going to still stay into this. Most kids that leave their household, they're not staying in this truth. So we have, a lot of us have to be blessed to have younger children, because your actions are going to reflect on your children. You know, like if you was a parent cussing all the time, every word, eventually your kids is going to start cussing every time. Hey, if you open up the door, hey, you going first. The kids is going to get used to open up the door. If you say sorry, they're going to get used to saying the word sorry. It's just like a baby. They see everybody walking, that baby's going to try walking. Every time you talking, that baby going to start saying, and they're going to start trying to make noise so that they can talk. And then they run their mouth and can't stop. Soon as they can stand on their feet, they jumping around like, because they're so happy. Now I could walk around. I could do this. I'm about to jump here. I'm about to flip there. I'm about to do this. Oh, this cup feels soft. I'm about to jump and do that. Oh, I see him jumping on the bed. I'm about to jump on the bed. That's just how it is. So you got to always make sure you're believing in the Lord so that the heart of your seed can be changed, right? Because you have to know all of us have an ancient spirit, especially for you elect, the ones that are true believers that are called and actually truly chosen. You have an ancient spirit of a true believer, you know, and that goes back to that fire we talking about. You have such a fire within your spirit that you gravitate back to this truth like you never left. That's how fire your spirit is. Right? Why is the ministers a flame of fire? Is because you have an ancient spirit that always been connected to the Lord. You don't want the Lord to blow out your candlestick. He blow out your candlestick, is going to be impossible for you to come back in this thing, man. Let's go get that real quick. That's Hebrews the 6th chapter. You know, say if you don't got no heat in your house, but you turn on a candle or a fireplace and it start getting toasty in the house, it feel good. What if you start you don't got no more wood to pin in there, the fire start getting dim, and in a minute it's gonna blow out. You got to think of the inward you. You want to always stay on fire, man. If you're not always putting another wood on your faith is going to be easy to be blown out. That's why I'm always saying this truth is a faith-based ministry, right? In order to do anything in this word, you have to believe that it's real. That's a fact. Second Ezra 15:2. This word is faithful and true. You have to believe that it's faithful in order to do it. Hebrews 6:4 says, for it is impossible for those things, Salaki, for it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Ghost, the Rakak Wadash. So you got to look at you. If you have been enlightened in this truth, from knowing you a Hebrew Israelite, you got to keep the laws, the commandments to the best of your ability, and have faith in the Lord Mashiach Yahushai, starting with his name and what he was teaching, right? So when you're enlightened with the doctrine all throughout the Bible, this chapter, that chapter, you know, and you have tasting of the heavenly gifts, it will be impossible, right? For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened by this truth, right? Let's read verse 5. And have tasted the good word of God. That's the whole volume of the book, Genesis to 2nd Maccabees, Genesis to Revelation. The powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, which Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, it was a huge falling away. But that was a prophecy from the Lord, right? The ones that come back in his faith, you have an ancient spirit of a believer. That's the only reason why you came back, because you were a believer in the time of Yahushua, in the time before Yahushua, before that time, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh, anew, and put him to open shame. So if you leave this truth, you crucify Yahushua again on the cross. So it's impossible for you to come back in this thing, because you keep hanging the Son of Man back on the cross. You keep hanging them back on the cross, man. You know, when you watch him Passion of Christ, you be crying. Oh, it's crazy they did that to him. And hey, even more, if you have that pain really within you without watching Passion of Christ, you should be having that same ambition to always pleasing the Lord, because he's watching us from above. And we just down here, you can't see him. You know, verse 6 and 8, it says, for the earth which drinketh in the rain that cometh off upon it, and bringeth forth herbs meet for them by whom it is dressed, receiveth blessing from God. But that which beareth thorns and barrens is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Right? Guess what? That just goes with John chapter 15, verse 6. Who's going to be burned? Right? The ones that don't believe. You know, the ones that the Lord put in a barn are going to be preserved, but the ones he's going to prepare for a fire, they're going to be destroyed. Right? And I'll read 5 and 6. Right? It says, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I am him, I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Right? That's why you want to pursue the true purpose of pursuing your crown. Our purpose is to be with the Lord and to be saved on this side. If you're not pursuing to be saved on this side, and be with the Lord, you're going to be burned by those ICBM missiles from Russia and the other allies that's going to turn on America. They're going to drop bombs on America. If you never heard it, I'm going to tell you, America is going to be destroyed in 60 minutes by those ICBM missiles, by Satan 1, by Satan 2, and by the other ICBM missiles that these other nations got. In order for the elect to get saved out of here, America has to be destroyed. So while you living it up, even if you leave this place and you don't got faith in the Lord, you're going to be destroyed. The Lord going to catch your butt, and you're going to still be destroyed. Because the only Israelites that's going to get saved are the ones that believe. He's going to save the elect from the four corners of the earth. The main prophecy goes with Babylon, man. The Lord saving us from the west. I'm gonna get that, and then we'll see. I might end up closing. I don't want to hold y'all too long. What is it? Baruch, the 5th chapter, in verse 5. It says, "Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high. Look about towards the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of God." Right? Because when the Lord comes, he's going to deliver us. He's going to come from the west, and he's going to deliver us. I mean, he's going to come from the east and deliver us from the west. What is the west talking about? the Western Hemisphere. We're in the West. We're in America, let alone you got other verses talking about the North country. We're in the North. America is that North country, but we're in the West. You know, the Lord is going to come and deliver his elect. Everybody's not going to make it. So you got to, what's that one quote? They say you better count your days. And I'm always saying this, everybody living on borrowed time, especially Esau. He's living on borrowed time. Borrowed time. And if you know that the devil is working more than what everything that you think you're doing on this side is still not enough. Because the left-hand side that's working in Esau and these other nations, they do not stop. They're working every day. Every day. When you take your butt to bed, they're working. Soon as your kids get up, they hurry up and get on a video game. They hurry up ready to go make traveling plans. Yo, look at your teenagers, man. 18, 17, whatever age they is. Is they praying as soon as they get up? Calling on the Lord? Look, sometimes I be thinking, yo, what is the Lord dealing with me? I haven't had a dream. You know? Your kids should be desiring to be saved, you know? Your kids come into this world. Now you get to tell them the actual truth. You know, a lot of our kids, the Lord brought back and they young. They was just in the spirit world. It don't matter if your daughter was 11. It doesn't matter if she 10, 9, 13, 14, 15, really going a little younger, right? They was just in the spirit world, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. They was just in the spirit world, and the Lord brought them here. That's supposed to be your motivation to know that everything you do on this side, especially as a grown-up, that's going to depend on the fate of your children, man. Right? Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have a short time. This is why they're making ICBM missiles. You know, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. We're reading it, but why would it say this if they don't know that they know they have a short time? You think the Lord is just playing a game with you just to say they know, but if we was to talk to the top elites that they don't know, we bugging. Half of us, you haven't even fully seen the elite, because they're not like you individual niggas and you other Edomites who's puppets where they want to be on TV. They control the TV. They run the banks. You not seeing them. Why the paparazzi get to catch all these other foes, but you never seen the top elites on TV or caught by paparazzi? That's true power. You know? You got all these, this is the richest man in the world. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. No, he's not. If he's the richest man in the world, do he own America? I'm not talking about no damn stock. You know, it could be a whole group of a family that owns this whole America. That's power. Do he got his own bank? No. And if he did, that's a branch off from the higher elites. That's true power, man. Who makes money off of war? The top elites, man. The one that profited off of slavery, cotton, and all of that. They profit off of war. One missile that just get, like when they practice they little shooting they little missiles, they get millions of dollars just for one missile getting shot off of practice in the ocean or on land. Then they drop money just to get those missiles back again. 2 woes already passed. One more woe has to happen on this earth. And it was already prophesied. And the elites already know. You know, they got their divine power on the left-hand side that's giving them this information so that they're aware. You know, how much more us? We get the scriptures. The Lord have given us the scriptures to know what's going to happen. This time, that time, right? Let me see if I can get this for y'all. Because this just goes to the basic of the law. Because if the law was given to you, then the scriptures was given to you. Psalms 147. This is another classic scripture, if I may say. This is Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. It says, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh. So we get to see that the law is only for Israel. So that means the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible you was reading, that was only for you, right? That was only for you, Salaki family. What's the other one? Oh yeah, Amos. No, hold on. Let me get this one. Psalms 25, and I think it's 14. Psalms 25, 14. Because we need to understand the prophets. The prophets came out of the nation of Israel, right? So when you go to Psalms 25 and 14, it says, the secrets of the Lord Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. So these secrets is only given to those that fear him, right? And at first, the ones is the prophets. And some of you women, you were given these things too, but it starts with the men. Let's go. Let's 1 Samuel. I said I thought I was going to end it, but you say something and you want to catch on to the point. Right? You got 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 9. It says, and before time in Israel, so in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, basically wanted a message from God, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer, for he is now called a prophet. He was called a prophet, was before time called a seer, right? And the nation of Israel, right? Hold on. I'm trying to look for this other verse. It's not popping up in my head. Salaki, why is my phone doing this? I think it's in Numbers. No, that's not the one I want. It might pop up back in my head. It might pop up back in my head. Let me see if this is it. Numbers 11 and 29. Okay, yeah, this might be it. This might be the one that I was thinking of. This is Numbers chapter 11, verse 29. So we see the law is for the children of Israel. I'm trying to show that the prophets who prophesied these books, these parables, that they're Israelites. This is Numbers chapter 11, verse 29. It says, and Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake with God that all the Lord's prophets, that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord Yahweh will put his spirit upon them, right? And his people, who is his people? His people is the children of Israel, the ones that he made holy above all the nations of the earth. Those are where the prophets are going to come out. Right? You go to Amos 3 and 7. This is another classic. You got Luke chapter 1, verse 70. The Lord is always talking through his prophets. And I'm going to give you Hebrews 1 and 1. So these prophets are from the children of Israel. right? When we go to Ezekiel 34 and 31, you know, the Lord's flock is men. When you go to the tabernacles of David, what is that? Revelations 21 and 3 or 21 and 4. The tabernacles of the Lord or the tabernacles of God is men, right? Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Shemashai power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, right? The servants are ministers, just like Psalms 104, verse 4. The minister is a flame of fire. That's what a minister is, a servant, right? He's a servant of servants, right? Let me just get this one in Revelations 21, right? Because if the children of Israel is the chosen people of the whole world, his prophets is coming out of that nation, right? And if the Lord is saying in Amos 9 and 11 in Acts chapter 15, verse 16, that he's rebuilding the tabernacles of David, that starts with the mighty men, the apostles, the prophets, and the evangelists out of the nation of Israel. Yep, it's verse 3. Revelation 21 and 3 says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God, be their power, right? The tabernacles of the Most High is men, you know, starting with David and the rest. When you go to Revelation, the 7th chapter, those are men out of the children of Israel. That even more makes it straight and direct. Revelation, the 7th chapter. So now you understand when you go into the major and minor prophets of the scriptures, those are Israelites. The Lord had made this word for us. That's why you got to use it. If you sleep, you don't give a damn. But if you saying you woke, I understand the scriptures, brother. I get it. You need to be using it as much as you can. See, 144,000, these are men. These are men. You know, the men, this is the tabernacle of David. The 144,000 is the 12 tribes of Israel out of each tribe. 12,000 from each tribe. 12,000 from each tribe. And these are men, you know. So when you look at the apostles, men. Look at the disciples, men. You know, you have prophetess, but a real prophetess is a woman that is married to a prophet, you know. But the ones that's giving out the divine message is the men. All these scriptures is for us. No other heathen wrote these scriptures. This is not for them. The kingdom is not for them. The other nations is not even asleep because the Lord is worried about us waking out of our slumber. Salvation is nearer than we believe. Our salvation. Salvation goes into deliverance, right? And what is deliverance? What is you gain deliverance from? From sin, from this flesh, and from your adversaries, from your enemies. That's what we get salvation for. We gain it from our enemies, right? Let me just get this word. I think they can give me Genesis. I think it's Genesis. I was waiting for thy salvation. I think, let's see if it pop up. Yeah, Genesis 49:18. I have waited for thy salvation, O Yahweh. And I'm going to just get Salaki is not. It got a load to get me to the page. So we get for thy salvation. And for some reason, I'm thinking that it's giving me. Hold on. Let me see. I see that Hebrew word. Let me see. Let me go to my handy dandy alphabet. Yah. Shah. Wa. I. Shah. He's saying it probably incorrectly. But salvation goes into deliverance. Deliverance. That's what that is going into. Deliverance. Deliverance from what? Deliverance from sin. Deliverance from your enemies. Right? And deliverance from this flesh. Right? And you should desire this, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakadash, man. I want it. You should want this, man. Salvation should be in your mind 24/7. Should be in your mind 24/7. You never had that. You never had peace. You know, you never had rulership. You know, you never had order. You know, in our past life we did, but it was all meant for us to be in this side because we don't got true order until we got a glorified body, man. We all must die. Because of, you know, what happened before with Adam and Eve. We all must die. You know, we're not immortal. We're mortals. So now we got to die in the flesh. So we truly need salvation, you know. And Lord willing, you're making your call and election sure. If not, again, I don't do these videos for somebody that's not serious about. I don't do these videos for people that's not pursuing their crown. You know, but hey, Lord willing, Lord willing, Lord willing. So again, I guess I'm gonna close out and let everybody enjoy the rest of their night. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. And with that again, Shalom.
Set in the heavens before or the earth. Or the earth cutoff point that the Lord set in the heavens, that the Lord set in the heavens, or the earth, there is a cutoff point where He's going to stop talking through us, where He's going to stop. He's going to get busy. Them He's going to get busy. First time in history, them to jump through first time in history. Some things gotta happen for them to move that way. Some things gotta happen for them to move. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we move. They ain't stopping. We ain't gonna stop. We gonna see who gonna win at the end. It ain't gonna be them. It ain't gonna be them.
What it say? To the seals and the power be still they so the wind don't touch the earth. So the wind don't touch the seal. Then the Lord don't let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, so don't be like, go on the highways and byways no more. We can't go on the highways and byways no more. That is a sign. You should clap. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy. That's called prophecy. We ain't supposed to talk, but you want to talk forever? I don't. But you want to talk forever? Come on now. Rule. Come on now. Rule.